it's been 4 days in regards to my memory of this quaint game. But Lincoln Keenholz, was he a scatter shot as I remember?
Yeah, what did he finish, like 5 of 5 in the second half? I think he started slowly on the first few drives, and then he was pretty good from there. And I think his performance is, and then Julian Sane was kind of down in the second half, but he did so well in the first half. We don't really think about it, but both of them a little up and down, which is what they've been all spring long. And when we were there, every time we've been there, I think Lincoln has been the better quarterback. And then on Saturday, you got to see what we've been hearing about Julian saying is that he looks just fine. I think what we also need to mention is that this is a very, very basic defense with, I think, one or two coverages. And I don't know that there's any blitzing. So this is designed for the quarterbacks to be able to operate. And so I thought they all did. They all completed like over 60% of their passes, even Tavian St. Clair with the 2 interceptions. Like he was still completing the vast majority of his passes. So they were able to do the routine things routinely and operate. But, Keenholz overall, and he got to show his ability to run. I think he started slowly, but then you look at his numbers at the end of the day, and Steve, I don't know if you still have them there, but he I think completed about 2/3 of his passes for 150 so yards, 50, 70, 170 some yards or something like that. So he cleaned it up pretty well, I think.
Yeah, I think you're about right on there. I can call it up here. I've got it. Keenholz for the day, let's just see. He was 12 of 18, which is obviously 67%. 158 yards and 2 touchdowns. His long play, they have it as 51, but I thought the ball was snapped on the other side of the 50-yard line. I thought it was a 49-yard play to Mylan Graham. I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe it was 51. I don't know. But Tavian St. Clair, 11 of 15 with 2 interceptions. That means only 2 of his 15 passes hit the ground. That's pretty amazing. He was victimized, as I said. Fahim Delane made a great break on the ball to the sideline. The Inky Jones one was kind of an errant pass, and Jones kind of picked it off as he was going out of bounds himself. Sayin was 17 of 24, which is just shy of 75%, if my math is correct, because 18 would have been 75%. So 1 touchdown, 175 yards. And I liked, as I said, his touchdown pass to Max Clare was a good play. St. Clair, for starting with the 2 interceptions among his first 3 or 4 pass attempts, he came back after that and was just like solid as a rock. It's like it took that to center him and then to get the good football out of him. And he led the team right down the field in the 2-minute drill and hit Philip Bell for a touchdown in the back of the end zone in double coverage, just kind of knifed it right in there to him. That was a good one to end on for Tavian St. Clair. So that'll be the one hopefully he dwells on and remembers and learns from the other ones. Keenholz struggled early, was a little bit he was not hitting pinpoint. He was a little bit off mark early, had a drop early, and then just completed a bunch of passes in a row and looked like he belonged. But it took him like a full quarter to do that. Whereas St. Clair came out of the box and he was firing. I mean, boom, boom, boom. He led touchdown drives of 82, 65, and 65 in his first 3 possessions. And that was impressive to watch. A guy that was accurate, efficient, and led the team right down the field. Now, granted, as Tony said, defenses were vanilla. They didn't do a lot of exotic coverages, blitzes, stunts, games up front, twists. They kept everything pretty much in base defense to keep it, that way for the offense in that setting. So they're going to see obviously a lot more things. The defensive coordinators are going to throw the kitchen sink at these guys as they get into the season coming up. So to me, a great outing for these young quarterbacks. And now how good this team will be in 2025 will be defined with how much better they can get between now and the Texas game. That to me is kind of where things hinge right now.
Garrison making a comment here. Something were to happen in season, knock on wood, Lincoln is a Kenny Guyton. And my initial thought was you need a backup quarterback, of course, that you can depend on. I'm scanning the Big Ten, and I'm only coming up, though, with 2 situations where the starting quarterback got hurt for significant periods of time. I'm thinking Tyler Van Dyke at Wisconsin, Cade McNamara at Iowa. Every other starting quarterback in the Big Ten, at least last year, made it through the entire season unscathed, playing every game, playing every meaningful snap, unless he was replaced like a Will Rogers at Washington. But they all stayed healthy. So 16 out of 18. So maybe the position isn't as vulnerable as I thought.
You're playing with fire, Mark. You're crazy.
Yeah.
To throw that one out there? Okay.
That guy can break his leg on the next play, bud. Yeah, you got to have a pair and a spare, as Herbs found out back in 2014. You better have a couple dudes that can play the game. So yeah, especially 16 games, if that's how long the season's going to last. I mean, that's absurd just in and of itself for college kids to be playing 16 games. You better have a starter and a backup really at every position across the board. And I think they do. This 2 deep is good. I wouldn't say it's great yet as of today. There are a few holes, as we talked about. Defensive tackle, still got to find some backups. I think offensive line, 4 of the 5 spots seem to be etched in stone, I would say, at this point. I think that right tackle spot, Austin Sierreveld, seems like he's kind of, surged ahead of Philip Daniels, because he started the game and Daniels came in with the second team. But that will linger over into preseason camp. And, I don't think that it's going to be a real big issue. It's great to have a guy like Daniels. If he's your 6th best offensive lineman, I think that's pretty good. And you got some other guys there that are in the mix. So, yeah, I came away with the offensive line feeling pretty good about things.